As a spectacle, it probably isn't as good to watch. Definitely for, we'll say, your average lay person that's tuning in every now and again. They're not down in the field every night looking at what's going on in training or being, a mentor of some sort. I can see where, the curb appeal mightn't be as good as it used to be. But in saying that, the skill set that these lads have now, it mightn't be as flash, but they're absolutely top class. What they're able to do, nobody thinks twice of slipping onto their left or right anymore, right hand, left hand. It's just done automatically. And the art of the tackle has come on a ton, and referees are really, really, really efficient on the drag of the arm now, where I used to get away with murder. You'd half pull a lad, as I used to tell young people, half a foul is not a foul unless you're caught. But now I can't say that anymore. That's gone. It's, good clean strike on the ball, hands out, clear the hands, show the referee, get it back in. It's, it's just totally different than what we used to be able to get away with. And that's the way it should be. The game should evolve. Is it starting to come back where it is a little bit more eye-catching? Definitely. If you were looking at Armagh and Donegal at the weekend just gone past, you'd say, wow, that was a serious first half anyway. Then Armagh just made Donegal come out and play and pick them off. And you know what? Thoroughly professional job in the second half. But that first half was excellent to watch. Galway try and play on the front foot a lot. They hit it with pace. Dublin are really, really, they've been the standard bearers for so long. They like to play front foot football, hitting lines hard, moving ball quickly, and Kerry or Kerry. They always like to kick pass, and they haven't overly gone away from that. They have adjusted naturally enough. But so I think, these things evolve and come back. It's probably the lesser teams that we don't see so much, that are maybe trying to make sure they don't get beaten by much, get a really, really sound defensive structure. That can be hard to watch, and the initial part of the championship can be a little bit boring. But I bet you, if you go back through when we were playing in the 90s, there was a lot of the similar stuff. I know in '97 we drew Westmeath in Tullamore in the worst game of all time.
I was at it, 8 points apiece. It was the worst game of football I've ever seen, and I've seen some bad football. It was brutal.
Oh, and there was nothing it wasn't the weather that caused it. It wasn't anything that you could say. There was no excuses. It was just terrible. So, there's always been terrible games. So, but the coverage everything gets now, you have GA Go, TG Car, Sky, RTE. The amount of games that you get to see now just surpasses that was on the go then. And you didn't see an awful lot of the shocking games unless you were an avid fan and you were there, and at that point you were stuck in it anyway, and it was only afterwards you might have went, oh, that was terrible. But not half the countries, they didn't see it. Yeah, definitely. Well, I was there the year before, so I made my debut for Offaly in '96 and played Loud in the first round, and ended up about midway through the second half heading for Navan Hospital. So I got absolutely creamed, broke my collarbone. So then Tommy came in, and he was installed good and early. The championship in '96 wasn't finished, and we had a meeting over in Edenderry. 55 lads were called into the meeting, and Tommy said I was stalled. He just said, look, lads, this is not going to be for everyone, and what we have to do right now is look around the room. And he was fairly blunt. He said, we're not fit to train even yet, so we have to get you fit enough to train properly. And from there on, it was dogging sessions Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, he put us through the mill, but it was probably what we needed, and we had no comprehension of what real fitness was until he got us there, to be honest. Some of us did now. Benny Claffey was a Rolls Royce. Mackie was a Rolls Royce. Ronan Mooney was a Rolls Royce. Sean Grennan wouldn't give up. It's just pure, I wouldn't say thickness, but just determination. He always find more somewhere. That was Sean, and that's why he was the great leader he was with us. Finn Barcullen, another man, just would not give in. Huge engine. So there was a handful of lads, but then there was the rest of us.
For more exclusive content, go to patreon.com/OurGame.